What up, Wolves? Blade Master here, back with some more Total War Rome 2 online action, and I'm fighting against Masku in this game. This is a really cool game, where he's taken Rome and I've taken Getae as a counter to Rome. I've taken 3 bow horsemen and a total of 4 noble horsemen, so 4 shock cav and 3 bow horsemen. So a very weird Getae build and a very risky Getae build. As for the rest of my main line, I've brought 4 heavy spears, 5 total Dacian heavy skirmishers, 1 spears, Dacian spears unit, and 3 falksmen. So a very strange build, I'd say, and it's a risky build, but I think it can pay off. And it's probably one of the few ways, few possible ways you can try and get a counter to Rome, because with Getae it's going to be pretty difficult, because noble swords, while they are very good, they're just not very cost effective against the extremely good mid-tier units that Rome can field. So I asked Masku to bring as competitive a build as possible, so he's decided to bring a sword spam, which makes sense. Sword spams from Rome is just brilliant, I think. So he's brought 3 Hastati on either flank, it looks like. He's brought a couple of Vigiles behind them, just to protect against my bow horsemen. He's brought 2 Praetorian Guard, I believe. 2 Praetorian Guard and 4 Avocadi cohorts. Yeah, 4 Avocadi cohorts. So an incredibly strong melee infantry line from him. Now I'm going to just start showering arrows with my bow horsemen. I've put my main line all the way behind, and I'm just going to put heavy shot on and then just start whittling down his Praetorian Guard. Now with the excellent armor that Praetorian Guard have, 90 armor is quite good. You might expect them not to, and actually Maximus can probably fill you guys in on like what the shield value is for these guys. It's probably good. I mean, these are some excellent shields, that at least it looks like it. But against heavy shot, they're going to start dropping very quickly. It doesn't matter where you're going to shoot them from. If you're going to get continuous shots from 3 bow horsemen with heavy shot on, then whatever the unit is, it's going to start dying. It's going to start dying. He should have put attacking Testudo here, but he would have run super slow. And at the end of the day, he was going to have to attack me, because I'd be just content keeping on shooting his units until they're dead. So you can see already his Praetorian Guard have dropped to 94 men. He's going to pull back because they were not in line with the rest of his units, and that's going to give me an excellent opportunity to get some more shots off. I initially put my noble horse somewhere over here, and I've slowly and gradually just pulled them back. And actually moved them a bit more in the center, because I knew where I had to attack. I can see his general is over here. I can see he's got some really whittled down Praetorian Guard here. So there's actually an opportunity to get a straight up central charge off with my extremely powerful cav. But here I can see he's extended with his Saki equities a bit too much, and I'm going to get a pretty powerful charge in with my noble horseman, and I need to pull out of there really quickly before his reinforcements arrive. But you can see his Vigiles have already taken a great shot off. I think maybe it was his Hastati instead, I'm not sure. But noble horsemen have very poor armor, so if you can, or if your opponent gets even a couple of shots, a couple of javelin volleys on them, they're toast. Look at that, 60 armor is just shit. His Saki equities are running behind, but what I'm doing here is, while I'm pulling back with them and these Saki equities are giving chase, I'm also setting attack orders, so whatever few units are remaining behind his Saki equities are actually going to attack them. So it's not like I'm going to get slaughtered by his Saki equities, which is something that you see a lot. When units start to pull behind, they actually take a ton of casualties, but that doesn't need to be the case if you do this, I think. But anyways, my heavy spears have already taken a lot of shots on these Saki equities, but all that's led to is a ton of friendly fire kills. Or friendly fire casualties. My noble horsemen are all the way down to 39 units, but this is where I think it's going to shine, or my units are going to shine. I'm going to try and get I'm trying to get a coordinated charge off on all his sides. My noble horseman just got slaughtered on the charge there, but it's going to hold up his Hastati. I should have coordinated this a bit better, but I'm pulling back with the rest of my cavalry with my noble horsemen, because I had this noble horse here that I really wanted to get into the rear of his line before I got a proper charge off. It's really going to boil down to how well I can charge at his men, because my main line is going to crumble very soon. So his Praetorian Guard, I had 72 men, and I'm just going to issue an attack order with them. Just destroy, come in and just absolutely clatter his Praetorian Guard, and then I'm going to pull straight through and attack his gen. So this is a clear gen snipe his general is going to drop very quickly against some really powerful shock cavalry like these guys. They're going to drop really quickly, and his Praetorian Guard have lost 20 men just off the charge, and now my Dacian heavy skirmishers are just going to start slaughtering his men. They are going to get a ton of kills as well, and now these heavy spears, they actually have a pretty good charge on them. 23 charge is quite nice, so they will do a couple more casualties on the charge. And now that I've gotten into his general and bodyguard unit, I can easily just come back and charge in. So as for the rest of my cavalry, he charged into my noble horseman with one of his Saki equites, so that's not good for me. My 3 bow horsemen and my noble horseman general, who's already pretty depleted because I charged into his hastati, but they got a lot of casualties in the process, are moving to my right flank. After I killed off his general, I've killed off his general really quickly, and I've rear charged his Praetorian Guard, who are already incredibly depleted, so they're going to start wavering. And now I've got some Falksmen as well. These Falksmen over here charged into his hastati, and I've got a ton of kills. This Falksman over here is going to charge into the sides of some already engaged Praetorian Guards, so they're also going to get a lot of kills. I'm pulling away with my noble horsemen, who've already got a double experience chevron, 84 kills, but all on some really high value units. My Falksmen here are going to engage with his avocatis, and they've also got a lot of kills. My bow horsemen are turning around, and my general have only got 57 kills. So it just shows that this unit is much more of a risk than other shock cav units like Eastern Cataphracts. You can either do really well with them, or you can just do terribly. My Dacian heavy skirmishers have got 22, 18, 23 kills. My Falksmen here have gotten rear charged by his hastati, but that's going to give me prime opportunities for me to start throwing some javelins with my Dacian heavies onto his hastati. It doesn't matter which unit I start attacking now, I just need to get as many javelins on as many units as soon as possible. My spears are going to charge these hastati here, and his Saki equities, I've got only 48 units left. His center has kind of crumbled. He's still got this Praetorian Guard at 42 units, but this Falksman has really helped a lot. 45 kills, all on some really high value units, so I think bringing Falksman was a good move. Here, these Falksmen are also doing a good job, I think. 29, no, actually not much. 29 kills, because they got a frontal charge, and that's really what mattered. My noble horse here are getting depleted, but I've got 107 kills. I've managed to kill off a lot of his velites, although they're getting a lot of kills on my noble horse now. Even just a couple of volleys, like I said, and my noble horse will be toast. 124 kills though, not bad. General here attacking his hastati, and his hastati are already depleted, so they will get a lot of kills, and they probably rout them too. I need to run away with my Dacian heavies here. You can see that javelin volley didn't really do anything. That's because they've got pretty decent armor for a skirmish unit. 60 armor is not bad. I've caught his velites and I've killed them, and now my noble horseman can just rear charge this depleted Praetorian Guard. Killing his Praetorian Guard early on with my bow horseman was a huge move, I think. His Evocati cohorts have 57 men here, and that's still posing a huge challenge, I think, but my Dacian heavy skirmishers is just going to keep getting shots off. I'm microing the hell out of my units because he's got some hastati who are running into my Dacian heavies. I just need to keep moving them behind and like just try and whittle them down, get some flank shots in, or get some front shots in with these Dacian heavy skirmishers before moving back. As long as I can reduce their HP and whittle them down, Dacian heavy skirmishers with their 40 weapon damage can actually do a really good job. I'm rear charging his hastati, who engaged my Dacian heavies here, with my Falksmen, so they're going to get a lot of kills. This is just a huge blob here. His hastati have been engaged by my noble horse. I'm rear charging with my other noble horse general onto his depleted Saki equites. My heavy spears are somehow managing to hold out here. His avocatis have lost a lot of men. And they're going to come into this blob, but I've got Dacian heavies here that's just going to whittle them down. I think a lot of my Dacian heavies are out of ammo here. Yeah, that's why I decided to charge them. So that hastati is done, but so is one of my Dacian heavy skirmishers. I've rear charged his avocatis, or side charged with my noble horsemen, who've got 229 kills with the triple experience chevron so far. They've done brilliantly, but it's going so much down to the wire. My Falksmen, who've only got 31 men left, are attacking his avocatis, and look at that, 140 kills with a single experience chevron. They've just done brilliantly in this game. But I'm rear charging with my Dacian heavies onto his avocatis. That's going to give a big morale penalty. Here, these Dacian heavy skirmishers are being chased off by hastati. Now my bow horsemen are out of ammo, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to charge into these guys, and my Dacian heavy skirmishers actually have one volley left. So while these units are being bogged down, I'm going to get a single volley off, and then I'm going to charge in. So that actually less than a volley is like zero 0.2 of a volley. So here my noble horse have just destroyed his Hastati. They were already depleted, and now that they've got rear charged by my Dacian heavy skirmishers, that extra charge from that noble horseman was too much. His Avocadi have 68 units left, but it's just going to be a bit too much. Somehow I've managed to win this game. Tons of micro required, but ultimately I managed to win this game. Pretty proud of my victory, actually. Costly victory. Let's take a look at the unit stats. 79, 66, 58 kills with my bow horseman, but make no mistake, these were some really strong units, and they really helped me win this game by whittling down his center really early on. Look at that, one of his Praetorian Guard only got 12 kills on a main line of heavy spears. They could have just destroyed them single-handedly. His other Praetorian Guard got 126 kills, but I think my Folksmen really helped. This one unit of Folksmen just destroyed a lot of his Roman line. My Dacian heavy skirmishers did a great job as well. 67, 62, 76, 57, 85. All great numbers of kills on these units. I think they're one of the best skirmish units to bring. Noble horsemen, on the other hand, are not one of the best shock cavalry, and they are a huge risk, but they've got an excellent charge bonus along with great melee attacks. So if you can use them right, then they can be a huge threat. I managed to rout his Velites early on, which could have been a big threat as well. So that, I think all of those combined managed to win me the game. In terms of using this as a regular counter to Rome, don't count on it. Because this is an army that requires a ton of micro. If you think you're up to the task in terms of micro, then yeah, sure. But I mean, considering the army that Mascu brought, this is one of the most competitive Roman armies you can bring. I mean, Praetorian Guard, no matter if you say that they're cost ineffective, they are still one of the best infantry units in the game. He brought 4 Avocadis, which we all know is great. Hastati are really good units. Maybe could have done with a couple of legionaries, but he wouldn't have been able to bring so many numbers if he did. Anyways, guys, that's the end of this battle. Hope you enjoyed it. This is an excellent battle. So hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more. Peace.